Josh, you have a game prepared.
I do, Mike. We talked before we started the show that we know is just a mere weeks away from winning all the prestigious radio awards that exist.
Sure.
We even talked about, hey, let's occasionally throw some games into the show. And I was really thinking about it last week because we just did a little contender pretender segment last week where then you said I won. And I was like, this wasn't a game. We were just having a discussion with things. And you're like, no, you won it. I said, like, no, we need something where there could actually be a winner and a loser. Along with that, something you have also wanted to talk with me more about, whether on camera or off, is the world of poker. Because I am a big poker nut. I love playing. I love the ability of either succeeding or failing in reading people, and all different types of strategies that go into that.
Yeah.
So, in combination of games, reading people, poker, my outrageous takes, because we know I have some bizarre takes, in honor of the greatest wrestler of all time, John Cena, having his farewell this week with the WWE, with his famous "You Can't See Me." Mike, we are playing the game "You Can't Read Me."
Oh,
and here is how the game is going to work. I have five questions. I got 5 topics here. They're a possible news thing or things that I just made up. And they have 3 choices of bizarre, outrageous takes on what could happen with them. One of them, I sincerely think can happen.
Okay.
I'm going to read them to you. All I'm going to do is read it to you. Read the choices. And then you have to guess which one you think I legit feel. So you will either be able to read me or you can't read me.
Okay.
There are 5 of them. You got to get 3 out of 5 to win. So you can win or lose.
Okay.
So, and I'll give just a quick example. This is one of the questions. But if I were to say, hey, at the end of the season, LeBron James, A, retires, B, signs an extension, C, signs with another team. And you would guess which one of those would be my take that I actually believe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Sounds good.
All right. Here we go. How are you feeling now that you know what's happening?
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. I feel like I know you pretty well.
All right. We will see. So, question number 1. Something that we haven't talked about yet today, but a topic that's going to happen over the next few weeks is the fact that now Giannis Antetokounmpo is open for trades. Open to discuss as far as a trade. Which of these scenarios do I think makes the most sense and most likely will happen for a Giannis trade destination? A trade package to the Warriors involving Jimmy Butler and Jonathan Kuminga, amongst other things. B, a package to the Thunder around Jalen Williams, the good Jalen Williams, plus others.
The good.
Or option C, a package to Houston around Amen Thompson and others. Which of those 3 do I think will actually happen?
So here's the thing. So my thinking is that it would not be the Thunder, because what the Thunder have right now is working, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my thought. I would say the one you think is going to happen is the Rockets with the package for Amen Thompson and others, because the only thinking that I have in my mind is that is potentially the only offer that the Bucks would take out of those 3. I don't think Jimmy Butler and Kuminga is enough to get Giannis from the Warriors. So I would say the Rockets is what you think.
Mike Guido, you can't read me.
Damn it! Damn it!
I think there's a legit possibility the Thunder could trade Jalen Williams with the Thunder.
Wow.
Because here's the thing. The Bucks obviously need to rebuild if they're going to trade Giannis. And the Thunder have shown they're winning just fine without Jalen Williams. They were like 18-1, 19-1 before he came back from injury.
Yeah.
And he is locked in now with his max deal. So the Thunder could make a package that involves Jalen Williams. So there's your all-star piece for the Bucks to have as their centerpiece. And then we talked about they have Clippers picks. They also have the protected Jazz pick in this year's draft and their own picks. So you can just do a couple of those, not all of them, because you're bringing in Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams plus some of that to the Bucks for Giannis and like his brother and maybe Cole Anthony or something of that nature. And all of a sudden, the Thunder are even more dominant now, and they can still have plenty of their picks to still build. And then the Bucks have the pieces they need to rebuild and have a star in Jalen Williams to then start it over.
Could you imagine Giannis with the Thunder?
Yes.
Could you?
Which is why I think it's scary that it is a legit possibility.
How crazy that would be. Holy moly. All right. I'm over
no pun intended, thunderous start.
Yeah.
So now here's a question. Now that's going to be more up your alley.
Okay.
Baseball. A baseball question. Because you're the expert between the two of us in baseball.
Okay.
So, which of these rule changes, all of which I just made up, but which of these three rule changes do I think would help baseball the most?
Okay.
Option 1, have a set limit of intentional walks per player per game. Option 2, have a set limit of intentional walks per team per game. Option 3, if a pitcher were to throw consecutive walks, then the following count automatically starts at 1-0.
Wow. So that's a wild one. The last
Yep.
one.
Oh, I told you these are going to be wild takes. And none of which are probably going to happen, but this is just the way my crazy mind works.
Now, okay. So again, like I still am having trouble here getting a read, only because I think
This means I'm getting over here.
I don't think it's the last one. I don't think it's
okay.
Count. I don't think it's that. If you're asking me, the intentional walk per player per game, I think, is something that could be like that is something that I would be in favor for. Per team per game, I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to say intentional walks per player per game. That's my guess.
Mike?
I'm 0 for 2. I know it.
You can't read me.
Damn it. I knew it. I knew I should have picked the other one.
It's a set limit of intentional walks per team per game.
Yeah.
Here's my mindset with it. Because I get your thought with it, because if we're looking back at the World Series and how many times Ohtani specifically was walked.
Yeah, right.
However, you can, all of a sudden when another player comes up, whether it's, if we're using the Dodgers as an example, well, you don't necessarily want to pitch to Freddie Freeman. You don't necessarily want to pitch to Mookie Betts. So depending on the scenario, they would still intentionally walk them. I am fully in favor of, hey, 4 balls make a walk. Well, you know what? You get 4 intentional walks per game for your team. And then let's say the game did go to extra innings. Okay, well then we can decide whether we're adding 1 or 2 more intentional walks. But that's the duration of it. So, you can use it, but then you got to strategize when you're using these intentional walks as a team. You can't just use it all on one. I mean, you could choose to use it all on one player, I guess. but it might not be the best strategy.
Yeah. All right, I got to go 3 for 3 here now, Josh.
You got to sweep. You got to sweep the next one. And honestly, I honestly felt that the next one, number 3, was my most difficult one. So, good luck.
Great. Here we go.
Number 3, the biggest trade in this NFL offseason will be A, Myles Garrett to the Patriots. B, Breece Hall to the Chiefs. C, Justin Jefferson to the Bills.
So Breece Hall to the Chiefs, you said?
Yep. So Myles Garrett to the Patriots.
Yep.
Breece Hall to the Chiefs. Justin Jefferson to the Bills.
Oh, okay. So this is interesting because we talked about earlier in the show today how the Chiefs could use a little bit more in their running game.
Mm-hmm.
Myles Garrett to the Patriots is interesting. I don't think that that's going to happen because I just don't see. I don't think the Browns would ever trade him. Like I think the Browns have been pretty adamant that they are not going to move Myles Garrett. So the one that makes the most sense to me is Justin Jefferson to the Bills. And that would be something scary because I think how talented Josh Allen is and how talented Justin Jefferson is. I mean, you could have two of the you could have the most talented player at their respective positions on the same team. In that respect, I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to say Justin Jefferson to Buffalo is the one that you think is going to happen. Myles Garrett is a little I think that one might be a little too crazy. I think Breece Hall is a little bit too realistic. I'm going to say Jefferson to the Bills.
Mike, you can read me. That is correct. Yes, you got one. You are on the board, sir. Justin Jefferson has been as much of a professional as you could ask for with all the quarterback issues that Minnesota has had this year. And Buffalo, we know the way the AFC is, they are in win now mode. I mean, they got a legit chance this year. And while we talk about the Chiefs retooling, Ravens, who knows? Bengals, who knows? Because they have no defense right now. The Bills want to keep pushing pedal to the metal. And the Bills, to their credit, have built through the draft, and they have pretty much all their picks. So I could see something as crazy as Keon Coleman and 2 first-round picks, maybe even an additional 4th, to the Vikings for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Because the Bills could afford it, and if they're in win-now mode, again, just imagine Josh Allen throwing to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
That'd be disgusting.
Yeah. I think you could make the argument that that's the piece. And maybe not just Justin Jefferson specifically, but that true number 1 receiver could be the piece that Buffalo needs, right? Because they're working Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman and Tyrell Shavers and it's tough for Josh Allen to find those targets. So I like that one a lot.
And as Josh Allen enters his prime, James Cook enters his prime, Dalton Kincaid enters his prime, you get a guy like Jefferson, the offense is unbeatable.
Right. Yep. I'm with you.
All
right.
Well, Mike, you're on the board. You're on the board.
You're on the board. It ain't over yet.
Keep the momentum going. Question number 4. Which of these do I think will happen first? Option 1. Nikola Jokic will retire. Option 2, Steph Curry will retire. Option 3, Kevin Durant will retire.
Ooh. So, happen first. I'm scribbling on my notepad in front of me. Just so that
I love how you're like, trying to
I
take
am
notes
going
and really.
full
I love
document
it. I love
right
it.
now.
I love it. And I love how you're focusing on your notes and not trying to actually read me like a poker player from the way I'm saying around.
I know. It's really terrible, by the way.
You're doing everything you're not supposed to do in a poker.
That's why I'm winning too. That's why I'm not winning. So okay. I think the boldest take is Jokic, right? Jokic is not necessarily old. I don't believe. Let me just. I just now I need to look.
Oh, now we got to research. Okay.
Now I have to look at how old Jokic is. He's not obviously he's not old, but so he is. He's 30. So he's turning 31 in February. So that's obviously the bold one. Curry and Durant are both, more advanced in years. Durant's got to be getting pretty close. Curry, I think. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna go for the boldest here. Because I think Durant is closest, but I'm gonna say that you think Jokic is gonna retire first because here's my thought process. Maybe if Jokic wins one more championship or something like that, he may just ride off into the sunset. Or maybe even if he doesn't do that, we've already seen Jokic's, lack of love for the sport might be a contributing factor in that respect. I'm going to go bold. I'm going to say that you think that Jokic retires before Curry and before Durant. Is it over?
Mike,
is it over?
You can read me. You got it.
Yes, let's go. Correct. We get to the buzzer beater, baby.
We're getting to it. And honestly, the reasons you're pretty much spot on with the reasons because he's won a championship. He's won 3 MVPs. We know he doesn't seem to care at all about the season. He cares more about going to his horses. He has a player option after next season.
Oh, okay.
And he's currently the favorite to win MVP for the 4th time this season.
Right.
If he were to win another MVP, and Denver, technically we know the Thunder are just dominating everyone, but does Denver still have a chance to win a championship this year? Sure, they're probably the next, between them and the Lakers, the next best in the West.
Right.
So if there's a championship or at least one more MVP, the way his attitude is, I could see him after next season decline the player option, retiring at age 32, and just be like, I'm going back home to race my horses. I have all the money. I have all the accolades. I'm one of the 10 best big men to ever play the game. I don't need this anymore.
Right.
And just bounce and leave.
Yeah. Patrick saying Jokic may play with Luka before retiring. That's an interesting.
He absolutely could, and he could decline the player option and just go to the Lakers and play with Luka, and that would just be total destruction.
That would be something. Yeah, 100. That would be insane.
Oh, Mike, I love it. In true exciting game fashion, we're going to the last question on whether or not you will win. And I love
the last question.
And I love. You said at the beginning of this game that you know me well. So let's see, because this question has nothing to do with sports.
Okay.
So, which of these movie thoughts do I strongly believe in? Option 1, Val Kilmer is the best Batman. Option 2, dramatic Jim Carrey is better than comedic Jim Carrey. Option 3, I love Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario.
Oh man. Okay. So I watched you for the first time in this
Okay.
game, by the way. I didn't write any of it down. So now I need you to repeat them for me so I can remember.
All right. I will repeat them one more time.
Okay.
Option 1.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer is the best Batman.
Val Kilmer, best Batman. Okay.
Option 2. Dramatic Jim Carrey is better than comedic Jim Carrey.
Dramatic Jim over comedic Jim.
Option 3. I love Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario.
Pratt, voice of Mario. If I get this.
So I just want to know, because you actually watched me that time.
I did.
So what were the tells? What did you think you saw?
So the thing that I thought that I saw was you had the slightest, and I mean slightest, little smirk after you said Val Kilmer was the best Batman.
Okay.
Now, here's the issue that I have now is I don't think that's the answer. I don't think that it's Val Kilmer. So I'm going to eliminate Val Kilmer. I think that the correct answer, just because of the specificity of the choice, I'm going to say you like dramatic Jim Carrey over comedic Jim Carrey. That is my final answer. Dramatic Jim over comedic Jim.
So we're going down to the wire. That is your set answer to make or break, to win or lose this game.
Yes.
How do you feel now that you've said your decision?
I feel pretty good. This is I feel more prepared for this question than I have for the previous one. So I feel okay about this right now.
Well, Mike Guido, you have won. Can you read me? Because that is the correct answer. I think Jim Carrey is the most underrated actor of the last 25, 30 years. I think he should have won an Oscar for The Truman Show. I think he should have won an Oscar for Man on the Moon. I think Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is an incredible, incredible film. As hilarious as he is, with your classic Ace Venturas, your Dumb and Dumbers, they're all great movies.
Yeah. But
to show the range that he does in those other movies that I just named are second to none. And Jim Carrey deserves more acting respect than he gets. So that is my take on that. And I agree with you, because honestly, I felt when I wrote these questions up that you would get number 5. That you would get those because of, as exactly said, of the specificity. And I felt good that you would get number 4 about Jokic, because that was the wildest claim of them. The first 3, I didn't think you had a chance. And you made the comment. You were down 0-2, and you won 3 straight and pulled it off. Again, I know you had a round of applause going. I'm giving you my own applause. You won. See, this was a game where you won, Mike, and you should be proud of yourself.
I did. I won.